Wilmington. My name is Glenn Brand, and it's my pleasure to serve as the superintendent of the Wilmington Public Schools. And welcome to this edition of Wildcat Corner, where we are working hard to try and bring some of the good news and information about our school system to the residents and community of Wilmington. Today, it's my pleasure to welcome some folks here who are going to join us and share a little bit more information around the Lamplighters Drama Guild. I will say I'm a little bit nervous because I'm amongst professionals here today, but I'll do my best. With that, I'd love to have them introduce themselves to you and share a little bit about yourself, if you would, Sara.
I'm Sara. I'm a senior at the Wilmington High School, and I'm one of the club's co-presidents.
Great.
I'm Adrienne. I'm also a senior, and I'm the other co-president.
I'm Zim. I'm also a senior, and I'm the senior representative for the club.
And I'm Samantha Prindiville, and I am the drama advisor.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I know that I have the good fortune to hear and see a little bit more about some of the many activities that take place in our school district. And I know I hear an awful lot about the Guild, and I've had the good fortune to attend some of the events. But for members of our community that might not know anything about the Guild, the Drama Guild, could you share a little bit more about what exactly it's all about?
We're the drama club at the Wilmington High School, so other schools just call it a drama club. We call it the Lamplighters Drama Guild. And it's been that way for a while. I don't know how many years, but a long time it's been called the Lamplighters Drama Guild. We put on a bunch of different shows. Our main thing is that we do fall plays and spring musicals, but
in between the plays and musicals, the high schoolers also get the opportunity to help out with the middle school production, which was the past one that just happened was Little Mermaid.
Right, which was great.
That went swimmingly.
Nice.
And then in the past 2 years, we've started a new thing that we call the Student Scene Showcase. So after the musical, seniors and juniors get a chance to direct their own little 10-minute scenes, and then we put that on as kind of like a little fundraiser to hey, come look at our seniors, see what they're doing.
That's great. Yeah. So again, I have the opportunity to see when the information goes out about sharing about an upcoming production. Could you share a little bit about with our audience about the shows that you have either done already this year or that are planned coming up?
So this past fall, we did a production of the one-act play That Goes Wrong. It was a lot of fun. The middle school did their Little Mermaid Junior. And yes.
For the winter and spring, we are putting on a production of Newsies, and we invite some of the middle school drama club members to participate in that, either in the cast to help fill out the ensemble, or to help out with the crew. So it's kind of a giving back to the high school kids who helped them out so much during their middle school production, and giving them an opportunity to not only work with the high school kids again, who they just developed such a great relationship with, but they also get to see what it's like to be part of the high school group and kind of help inform their decisions when moving from the 8th grade to the high school.
When I think about you describing that, and I think about the performing arts, probably is one of the more unique examples that we have in our district, where it's an opportunity to bring together middle school and high school. It doesn't always happen for different reasons. I think about sports, and it doesn't happen in quite the same way, but in theatrical, the theatrical arts, it does, which it must be a great thing, a lot of benefits. So I would imagine it takes an awful lot of people to put on these productions. Could you share a little bit about sort of what that looks like in actuality? Who's helping on stage, behind the scenes, and everything else that it takes to stage a production?
At a high school level, we have about 20 to 30 people per production. And at the middle school level, it's closer to 80. It's really big. And a lot of the people who are in the cast on stage are people who also help out backstage, because not that our guild is small, but it's we do have to double up some parts sometimes, but everyone who helps out both on stage and backstage just makes sure that they're putting their best work forward and making sure that everything just goes according to plan and just perfect.
Sure.
Yeah, and on top of that, we also have an amazing adult production team that Miss P has come up with over the past few years, and they do a lot backstage and on stage too, to try and help us out, make sure that the shows go as well as they can.
And we have a really supportive parent and guardian and family and friends group called the Wilmington Cats, who really help provide a lot of the support during the production weeks, leading up to the production weeks, that we really couldn't, have as a great turnout of the shows without them.
And can I ask, does that include both like hands-on deck, but as well donations and contributions financially, correct? Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Indeed, another example where these kind of events wouldn't be possible without the support of members of our community, and I know that well, as do you. So, sitting here with 3 seniors who are partway through your final year, and I know been, as I understand it, very involved in these productions. Can you share some of the benefits that you've experienced and you know to be true of being involved in something like this? And particularly, I'm thinking for maybe a young child or a parent of a young child out there right now who is thinking about middle school and high school and what's to come. There's lots of options. What's so great about this one and being involved?
At least for me, it just gave me like a sense of belonging. Like I've made like my closest friends from the Guild and people who I have known like for my entire life, and people who, when I'm well into college and well into my adult years, people I still want to connect with. And it's just a really great way just to meet a bunch of like new people and just kind of like find a sense of community. And you don't have to be super active, you can be like kind of active, and just being able to have that like space to go just to like be yourself and just be creative it's just a nice little like break, nice little outlet.
I love how you said that. Thanks.
Yeah, and I think that for me personally, being a part of the Lamplighters Drama Guild has helped me become a lot more confident in myself. I still am relatively quiet in most places, but being able to be in the Lamplighters Drama Guild, you get to be around a bunch of people who are similar to you, but also who are really different, and that lets you be more yourself, kind of. And you can take your public speaking skills that you learn from doing stuff on stage, or even just organization skills from doing stuff backstage into your normal life, and that's helped me a lot.
Great.
My biggest benefit is I've really found myself through this group. I love each and every person in the Guild, and being around them makes me so much more confident in who I am. And I know that when I have these friends, like, I'm able to do what I want to.
I mean, so well said, and I have to imagine as well, you might have been thinking about it, just for folks watching, you don't have to be that individual, I would imagine, seeking the spotlight to get involved in this, that there are, as was mentioned earlier, people who, yes, they're on stage and they're under that spotlight, but there are also many who it requires behind the scenes, right? So I would imagine that there's an opportunity for everyone.
Absolutely.
And they're just as important, like everybody is important, and you can just show up for the tech week to help with running, pieces of furniture on stage and off, and if we don't have them, then it's terrifying, because then we have to scramble. So again, you don't have to be there for the full process to get the benefit of being part of the Guild.
Right. So I've heard a little bit about this, I don't know if it's a program, but at least an opportunity, Lamplighter for the Day.
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit with our audience about exactly what that's all about?
All right, so Lamplighter for a Day is a great opportunity for like younger kids to sort of get the feel of what it is to be in the Lamplighters Drama Club. We learn a scene, we learn a song, and we teach the kids like some theater games so they can have a little fun.
And then we have a performance at the end of it. So, and it's all student run. I'm there as a supervisor, and some of the Wilmington Cats parents are there to help assist, but really it's going to be an all student run production. So they take the skills that they've learned throughout the years, either in the Guild or in the Middle School Drama Club, and kind of help to, lead the next generation. So starting with 3rd grade and it goes up to 8th grade, they're invited.
That's great.
So we have about 21 students signed up.
Right.
Yeah.
So for those families watching with younger children, it's not too soon to start to explore the possibility of getting involved. That's fantastic. Yeah. So as we mentioned at the beginning, you are 3 of our seniors, illustrious seniors here at Wilmington High, and your year and your time is winding down, and that includes both in the high school as well as with the Guild. I can only imagine how many productions and experiences you've had the opportunity to be a part of, but as you look to the future and you're moving on, Is there a particular memory or particular experience that you'll take with you from your time as a member of the Guild?
Something that I'll never forget was when we did the student-directed scenes last year. I was the only junior who was doing it, and I was kind of intimidated because I was with a group of seniors, and I was kind of like in the officers last year, like kind of at the forefront for like getting this program up and running because I really wanted to direct a scene, and just and my scene was the first one to go at the performance, and just going out on stage and seeing all the people that showed up just to support the seniors and like to support and like just for me watching just on the sideline, just like seeing the actors and the crew that had just worked so hard for like weeks on end to like put this 10-minute show together, it just like it brought a tear to my eye. I was very very happy that I was able to see something like that I completely created on my own like be put on stage.
Thanks for sharing.
For me, I guess would be when we did our fall play, the one act play that goes wrong. The first time that we got the set all ready to, go wrong, and the walls started falling down because they were supposed to. Yeah. But it was so fun just to see that actually come together because it was always talked about, like we knew what was gonna happen and we had it all planned, but seeing it actually happen and being on stage while a wall falls down and I'm standing in the window frame from where it just fell down, that was just so exciting, and it was so different from anything I'd ever done before. So just doing so many different things in drama has been super fun.
Great.
One of my favorite memories is actually from The Little Mermaid Junior this year, because I got drafted onto the makeup crew at the last minute, and I was doing fish scales for like 30, 40 kids, and they all really seemed to love the scales, and it was a lot of fun just seeing them come over to me, say, hey, I want purple, hey, can I get blue? And then the last day of The Little Mermaid, I went a step further and was like, hey, I'm going to paint the entire production crew's faces. And so we went out with our fish scales that day.
Well, thanks for sharing those. And it certainly, it's clear that this experience has been really impactful on it sounds like each of you. So thanks for sharing that. So a great opportunity. The year is not over, and your time here with the Guild is not done. I think there's a production coming up soon. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So we are doing Newsies the Musical, and it is going to be on March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at 7 p.m. at the Joanne M. Benton Auditorium at Wilmington High School. And the tickets are live, and you can get them online, or you can show up at the door, but online it's definitely easier. So wps.k12.ludus.com.
We'll be sure to put that up on the screen. So, well, thank you all for taking the time to share a little bit more about the Guild with our community. Just one of the many examples of some awesome opportunities and experiences that we have here in our district for students. And hopefully we've got some young ones watching, or their parents and guardians who are going to take extra special attention and note of getting involved in the Guild. I know I certainly would after watching this and hearing more about your experiences. Thank you, Wilmington, for your time and watching, and until next time, take care.